Welcome back, everybody. This is McMeddon, and I wanted to take a look or more or less, a deeper look into one of my latest maps and how to make it. Basically, I am speaking here of Feon, one of my latest maps. This one was one of the first maps there to get the implementation of different biomes in a controlled way. And I wanted to go over and see how, show you how I made this map.
Hi there. Future Madden here, editing right now this wonderful video. I just wanted to give you a quick heads up on the video. There's quite a lot of details and information in this, but unfortunately, when clicking through the nodes in Gaea, the CPU gets completely maxed out at each time. So this program is quite intensive in resources, and unfortunately, for some reason, I just noticed that the audio kind of suffers under it. So I hope you can get over this a bit. So I'm aware of it, and I try to figure out how I can solve it. I don't have a clue how I could do it at the moment, any other than having better equipment. But this is something for the future, and definitely on my to-do list. But anyway, I hope you have fun with the video and maybe learn one or two little tricks from this. Take care. Bye-bye.
Of course, it's actually a bit more complex. It's quite hard to describe over 300 nodes. Seen here, so we have two sections. One is dedicated to exporting, and one is dedicated to generating the landmass. There's quite a lot of going on, so I simplified a few things down for you to understand. But we will not go into every single node in this little overview. And yeah, if you want to get this map, there are links down in the description, and if you wish to see the source files, they will be also made public here on the Patreon. For today, we will use two programs. The first one is called Gaea by Quadspinners. You can get a free version and a bleeding edge version. Yep, these are two. For mine, I use the bleeding edge 1.5 basically, but it's recommended to use the production one. Also, we will use WorldPainter. You can get it on worldpainter.net. It's pretty common to use this program for generating landmasses in Minecraft or for Minecraft, and there's much stuff that can be done with it. Starting with Gaea, we have this simple node layout. It's quite simplified to the original and more complex one, but in the end, the end product looks something like that, maybe. So the rough idea is how I currently make my maps is by having a single input. This is an island node where I just go ahead and draw something in. I use this as a mask to input it into a poly node to get some variations in heights. I use this and transform it in 3 different ways. So we have a mountain node, we have a basic land node, and we have a coast node. So these 3 will be then modified in special ways. So one can get corrected a bit. The other 2 are getting expanded, as seen here on the right side. So there is expansion of 10 going on. And if you look at them combined, this would look something like this. So we have multiple layers of different terrains that are getting combined later on. And these are each of it gets a bit more modification. It gets sharpened out, it gets some terraces, it gets some erosion. But the basic idea is that within this section, so from the start on of the splitting all the way to the end of the combination again. The idea is to have a separate and a dedicated purpose for landmass, and have a several area where I can dedicate and organize the nodes so that I can modify the area after my wishes, and then afterwards combine it, which would be then something like this. Of course, this is not optimal. There are a few problems, like this prime example right here. We have the landmass from the mountains, and we have the landmass from the basic land. And if they are getting combined, they cross each other. And especially when they cross, they don't interagate with the flows of each other, because they are generated previously. And they don't look after each other. So when doing this, I went ahead and make a more of erosion or more modifyings to it. And yeah, we will use also this later on to generate rivers, which looks in this program something like this. So we have the erosion, we take the flow and put it into an ABS. And then we can also, with an area selection, we can also dedicate where exactly rivers should flow, more or less. And when we have done this, we have the basic landscape finished. And this one needs to be updated one more time, because we need to settle the height from this basic height here. So it's getting completely aligned to the grid of Gaia. We need to raise it, so that's a few points above. And then we need to subtract just a tiny bit, like this, so that we have here on these points then a few points where it's getting lowered, and then added, basically adding a seabed floor, and also giving us the possibility to raise the water height to the beaches. So the percentages in here, they vary from map to map. So what I do is, when I have my map finished, and I know that this map is so far done, I go ahead and export it one more time, or I just basically export it. Therefore, I go an auto height and then output, and then I export it. See if it's if the water height in WorldPainter, like here, is compatible with the map that I have in mind. So I take a look if this seabed or this seafloor is kind of within the margins of my expectation, to not cross it, basically. So this one is actually a bad example, because the water should be somewhere around here, and the last few layers should be land. But yeah, sometimes it's quite hard to manage that. So this is just the example. Oops. Going back. This is the basic rough idea how I do my maps. And if you would extend it a bit more, it would look like something like this, with a few nodes more. So with the basic idea and the general feeling how this is generated, you maybe see a few structures that are similar to the example. So we have, for example, here these different layers that are dedicated to coast, seabed. So we have here a seabed. We have an area that's completely dedicated to coast. We have a cliff. We have a landmass. So this would look like this. They're getting eroded, and they're getting customized for sure in every single layer, separated from each other. And when they are done, they are getting at the end of the line, getting back combined here. And this looks something like this then. So this is the finish, more or less finished combined version with all the parts, all the cliffs. We have the seabed that is going around here. We have the coast that is covering the edges. And yeah, this is how I do the maps. So there's, of course, there's plenty going on. Let me see, we're about 10 minutes in. It's kind of hard to say. I would skip this for today. There's so much going on, so if you're interested into the nodes and want to dig deeper in it, of course they will be able to for download. But yeah, what I want to focus on today is how I made the biomes. And before we are going to dig into those, we need to understand one of the key masks that are generated for every single map. So at the beginning, we have the base mesh, or we have the base terrain. This is the finished one that we saw earlier. And then we have a few selections. We have a flow that covers all the flows of the map. We have a slope with all the slopes above 70%. Or 70 degrees. Then we have a height and a second height. And the first one is to just catch all the mountain peaks. So everything above this height should be then masked. And then we have a second one that is only dedicated to the water area to get rid of this area. When done this, they all get combined to this. And this is unfortunately completely perfect, because we have not completely black and white. It's more dark, grayish, dark, and white. And therefore we put in an ABS. And this ABS node gets also inverted down here on the bottom. So let's invert time back to normal. So the differences are minimal, but they're important. So when I switch between those two, the transitions and the grayish areas are getting terminated, and only what stays is black and white. So this one is on the end node, and this will be used as a mask. If I don't forget it, to turn it back. Yeah, wonderful. So, and then when we are going down, we are going to the climate and biome section. So for now, I will go with the simplest one. Let's say the warm climate. So we have this section here masked out. So this is a mask with a hand-painted area. So as you can see, there's just a hand-painted area. To modify it a bit more, I used the warp to get some structure in it. So there we go. So you can see it's kind of getting jiggled and warped around. This is, of course, random. Then this will be used as a mask to for the angle. So the angle is, if you would eliminate the connection there, we have here the height map input. So the whole map gets imported here. We look at the map and look from the angle of 0, so this side basically. So everything from here will be then looked at. So therefore we don't have much of the land here. It has a few benefits. Then this one gets again the gradients are getting terminated, and then they're getting expanded one more time. So let me get the mask one more time. Oh, there is one thing missing. For some reason this is missing. Why ever? Here we go. So this is our biome for the warm climate region and plants. So we have the basic area selection. We transform it a bit to make it more random, but this will be for sure get more customized in the future. Then we select a different special angle where the sun would shine the most, basically. Eliminate the gray areas and the gradients, and then we expand it one more time to basically give more of the details. Can I? Oops. No, that's already it. Okay. Okay, the transition is kind of rough. But yeah, this is the basic idea how the biomes are currently working, and how I do my maps. Yep, next time we will go into a different section, how I do, for example, a few river nodes, or how I do basic other layers to customize the layers. Just to finish this video off, we will go into WorldPainter. Yep. So here we have the finished map with all of its layers. There are dozens of it, so there are plenty. I set it up a lot of biomes, then I set it up dozens of custom asset layers and combine them in the biomes. So the idea is to have the combined layer working as a biome, having here the grass, the biome type, all the layers that are should be imported and included into this area, and those assets should be then managed and controlled then by the smaller assets. Therefore, I have plenty of control and plenty to work with. So, if you want to know how I managed to get all of this so managed, I made also a tutorial about it, all above in the information card, or down below in the description. So yeah, just to give you a rough idea how this works, I have go all the way back. SPC, save house, here. All the way down, Feon. So, okay, so here we have our auto leveled height map. I will use this. This will give me the benefit that I don't have to reset the maximum and the lowest, the lowest and the highest point. So they are automatically set. Scale this up to 400. 1.12 is okay. So the map gets imported right now. I would save at this point. Also, I would go ahead and add my custom brushes. Under tools and then open custom brushes, you can find this folder where you can put in all the files on brushes that you need. And I have all my brushes and stuff exported, of course. So they are all imported in here. And when restarting WorldPainter, you would get then this folder, or so you would have the basic one, and then you would get all the tabs here here added, and this would give you the possibility to brush everything in. From here on, I go ahead and add, let's say, grass. So we go brush, set this to 0, select the brush, 100%. And then we hand brush everything in. So this takes sometimes sometimes a few seconds. Let's go for all. Yep. We add this. Then I want to add some snow. Then I want to add the snow caps for the mountains. So they are also getting added right now. And yeah, so this is the basic procedure. From here on, of course, all the custom terrain and assets are not included at the moment. So I go ahead and click on the plus sign. So you need to do both for layers and terrain. So terrain, import from another world. Therefore, I have a master world where I've set everything up already. So there are all the stuff. So the custom terrain is added. Then I go ahead to the layers. Custom. Import custom layers from another world. The master. And then I have here all my assets. And they are right now added. Oh, they are directly added. And then I go ahead and select my, let's say my mega taiga. Spruce, taiga plants. And then the second one was the spruce forest. This is this map. And off we go. This is how the map is being generated. Of course, there are hundreds of hours of developing all of those maps and generating all the assets. So there's plenty of work behind it. And if you want to see how long it took me to create this map, I made a whole time lapse about it. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this, leave a like. And also, if you want to know anything about creating those maps and or the procedures or how to do anything in those programs, leave a comment and let me know what you would like to see and what you would like to know. All this map and all the source files, of course, are in the description, and they can everything else can be found then on like the maps can be found on Planet Minecraft. My name is McMeddon, and I wish everybody a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.